I'ma see. Stay quiet, hear God speak, hear God speak.
No Facebook, no texting, no tweeting. Yeah, I'm probably high and seeking. Yeah, I hide away and I seek him.
God, I need you. I just can't take it anymore. He's gonna kill me. I gotta get out of here. But I don't know what to do.
Let me tell y'all a story about Sister Danielle. She going through hell at home, but you can't tell. On her left hand, I guess that's a wedding ring, but every time they asked of her husband, she rarely says a thing. Guess she ain't that fond of him. She joking, say she come to church to rid her mind of him. A fine sister with a strong work ethic, and by all the mothers in the church, she's respected. Her husband complained, but he must accept it. She tell him, say those questions for the last girl you slept with. She should leave, but he fathers her daughters, and she ain't trying to raise her house out of order. So she choose to put up with the drama, stay in the church, giving God the glory and the honor. She make dinner, but he's never home to eat it. He be on the corners, drinking 40s, getting weeded. You know that little block, right off the avenue. He said he ain't a fiend, but he do snort a bag or two. And he don't ever come to service. He do stuff like throw away her Bibles on purpose. He call her names just to make her feel worthless. He say she only go to church to find someone to flirt with. And Danielle keeps praying and praying on her knees with tears in her eyes. I hear her saying,
Lord, it's like heaven when I'm here, and everything goes well. But tell me how about when the service lets out and I have to go home to hell? Lord, it's like heaven when I'm here, and everything goes well. But tell me how about when the service lets out and I have to go home to hell?
6 months later, dude getting worse, and she's stressing cause he threatening to hurt her. He's tired of the deacons calling, tired of his own kids and they Jesus drawlings. They was both unsaved when they tied the knot, and back then she ain't care if he knew God or not. But for these last 3 years, she complain about weed smoking, cancer beer. She throw fits while all of his friends is there, while they trying to watch the Eagles play the Buccaneers. Holmes ready to release some anger. He don't even love her the same, she's sort of a stranger. One night he told her, you gon' stay in the house. She tried to go to church and he popped the buttons on her blouse. He slashed holes in the wheel of her Oldsmobile. He grabbed her by her neck, choked her to hold her still. He said, I'll kill you if I have to. You gon' listen to me like you listen to that pastor. And her little daughter stood there startled. They never seen Daddy snap like that, he would just argue. But here he is, beating moms with a broom, and they screamed, Daddy stop, but he sent them to their room. And Danielle spent another night crying, debating on telling the church the truth or just lying. She said,
Lord, it's like heaven when I'm here, and everything goes well. But tell me how about when the service lets out and I have to go home to hell?
Before she make the news.
Lord, it's like heaven when I'm here, and everything goes well. But tell me how about when the service lets out and I have to go home to hell?
The drama continued, and she's starting to wonder, would he ever be the one she knew when they was younger? The one that charmed her out of her phone number? The one that took her to Cancun the first summer? Danielle got a problem letting go, physical problems, bruises from head to toe. She done missed 3 months from the house of God, cause if it ain't for work, she can't come outside. But what's real funny, he let her out to borrow cash because he spent the gas bill money. And she did go and see Aunt Bonnie, but afterwards she snuck to a service on a Friday. And when she walked in, you could hear a pin drop. Everybody was whispering about how thin she got. You couldn't help but look her direction as the greeter gave her a hug and showed her affection. But shortly after hugging that greeter, she felt the love of God as the usher went to seat her. Once again it felt like heaven, and here there's no trouble from the devil named Devin. Ain't have to be home till 11:15, so she took a seat and caught a sermon from the reverend. And she really was blessed by the service, but afterwards she stayed seated looking stressed and nervous. But let's thank God for Minister Linda, who always encourages a faithful member. Minister had a similar past life, an abusive husband who once stabbed her with a knife, and it almost killed her. So she thanked God and the doctors that he used to heal her. She gave Danielle a hug and said, I miss you, and by your absence I could tell you got some issues. Danielle would lie, but it was useless. Minister knew the makeup was just to cover the bruises. She said, I got a question to ask you. Why put up with the cheating and beatings if you don't have to? It's not God's will for you to stay. Faith without works is dead, although you pray. but you could pray from a distance. Right now, your life could be taken in an instant. You gotta get past these emotions. Your daughters won't be raised right through all of that commotion. That enemy wants to destroy them. Then they grow up and tolerate abusive boyfriends. But in Jesus' name, the buck stops here. Danielle put her head down and burst into tears. She never heard the Lord speak so clear. She divorced him. He murdered some woman the next year.
Lord, thank you for hearing my cry, for wiping every tear from my eye, for healing every bruise that he gave me, for your love and your blood that saved me. Lord, thank you for hearing my cry, for wiping every tear from my eye, for healing every bruise that he gave me, for your love and your blood that saved me. Lord, thank you for hearing my cry, for wiping every tear from my eye, for healing every bruise that he gave me, for your love and your
I'm flawed. 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 Flawed, but I ain't no fraud. Flawed, but I ain't no fraud.
Man of God music, where the message is louder than the music.